Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're going to be building another home with the Eco Lifestyle pack, and we're building on the same lot that we built the Eco... I can't remember what the other build was called, the Eco Container Home, I think. That was the first build that I did. So yeah, we're building on the exact same lot in Conifer Station because it's the only 20 by 15 lot in like this world, which really sucks, especially if you want to build tiny homes, because building tiny homes on a 30 by 20 lot or a bigger lot isn't really the easiest thing, because you have this really tiny house and then this huge empty lot, which I just don't like building that way. But yeah, we're building on the 20 by 15 lot in Conifer Station, and we're building another tiny home like I said. So yeah, it's a 54 tile tiny home, so it's technically a tier 2 tiny home. And yeah, it's just a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, little container home. I don't know, I'm working on a bigger build, and I was planning on having that bigger build out today. But yeah, it didn't happen. I didn't end up finishing it last night, and it was around 5 a.m. when I just decided, you know what, this isn't happening. Like, this isn't happening tonight, and like 5 a.m. this morning, I mean. So yeah, it was 5 a.m. I decided I'm not going to be finishing this build tonight. So yeah, I just gave up on it. I will be putting it out, probably sometime this weekend, hopefully maybe on Sunday or something like that. But yeah, I just couldn't get that done. So yeah, I just decided, you know what, we're gonna build a tiny home, because I like building tiny homes, and I really wanted to build another container home, because the bigger one that I'm working on isn't a container home, it's actually a family home. So yeah, I wanted to build another container home, and I didn't know what to do for today's video, so we're stuck with this one. But I actually really like the way it turned out. You guys will see me be kind of indecisive with a lot of it, because I built this like an hour ago. I finished this about an hour ago, and it took me about an hour and a half to do, but I only slept like 3.5 hours because I didn't go to bed until 2 p.m. and I was up, I was awake right just before 6 p.m. So yeah, actually I woke up at 5, and then I like stayed in bed until 6 p.m. So yeah, I slept about 3 hours, which isn't great, and that might be why I might sound a little bit more dead in this video than I normally do. I'm trying not to sound like dead or zombie-like, but yeah, just bear with me. I don't know what's going on, honestly. I don't know what happened, why I did that, because I exited my game at 5 a.m. like I said, and I stayed up watching series the whole day, which is so unlike me. I don't normally do that, where I just watch TV or like movies or series like the whole day without doing something else as well, without working on videos or, you know, something like that. So yeah, that was really unlike me, but I really needed it, and I really needed that little bit of just a break from the game, because I have been basically recording non-stop. So yeah, it's been a lot. But like I said, I really like the way this turned out. It was supposed to be a very colorful tiny house, and I did try out the yellow and orange container wallpaper at the beginning. I don't know if I can't remember if I kept that in the video or not, but I tried out those wallpapers, and I couldn't think of a way to make yellow and orange work, which is just a me problem, because I have seen containers that some of the other simmers have brought out, like builds that they've done, where they've used like the bright pink container wallpaper or the bright orange or yellow, and they actually make it look really great. So I don't know why I can't do it. I might just need to experiment a little bit more with it or something like that. But yeah, we ended up going with blue, because I'm obsessed with blue, and most of my builds are blue anyway. So yeah, we have a lot of blue in this build. So yeah, the exterior is 2 different colors of blue. We have a bunch of blue on the inside. Like you guys will see, there's a lot of blue in this build. And then I do end up using some orange accents, so like some orange lights and rugs and some decorative orange things. So there is a little bit of orange, and I also used some really bright orange curtains that came with the pack. So yeah, there's a bit of orange in this build as well, so it's a very like contrasty primary color type thing, although orange isn't a primary color, so I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm making no sense. You guys will also see, before I forget, you will see that I expand this like container a tiny bit. Where that container door is right now, it's actually not functional. So I do end up going in, I end up deleting those paving slabs that I put at the front as a little pathway. They were actually the things that were blocking the door for some weird reason, even though they don't block any of the other doors in the game, just that one. But yeah, I end up deleting those and just using like some regular flooring for the pathway. But yeah, I also expand this little container by 1 square right there. You guys will have seen that I just expanded it by 1 square because I did test out the door, and when I tested it out, it ended up clipping through like the lamp that I have there, the end table, and you don't really see it if you don't play with the walls completely up. But it annoyed me. So yeah, I just expanded it by 1 tile, so there's a little bit of empty space in front of it because it does open, like both of the doors open, so it's very big. But I really wanted to use it because I didn't know when the next time was that I was going to be able to use it, because it's a very like specific door. You can't just put it on a like a regular suburban home or anything like that. So yeah, that's what I did. And then you guys will also see me messing around in debug a lot. I think I used probably more debug in this build than I have in a while, because I ended up pulling out a bunch of candles and fizzy drinks and just some random clutter like this pizza box and the Chinese food boxes. And this house is a little bit more like cluttered and a little bit more messy, kind of like the Sims, not dirty or gross, but kind of maybe just like the Sims had some takeaways and they just left it out on the coffee table or something. So yeah, that's what I did. And there's a bunch of like random things in the kitchen as well, like that milk carton and the juice carton. And yeah, it's a little bit more cluttered. I had a lot of fun with that aspect of it because this pack does have some really nice it's kind of like lived in clutter, I guess, with the fizzy drinks and the seltzers and candles and all of that stuff. It's kind of annoying that you have to go into debug to find all of these things, but I guess I can understand why it's in debug, because all of those things are technically things that your Sims can make, that they can craft and stuff like that. So I know I can understand why they're in debug, but I really just wish that we could copy items if they're in debug, like use the eyedropper tool to copy an item like we can with regular build items. That would have made this so much easier, because every time I wanted to add another one, I had to go back in and find it again. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. And you guys will see that same issue when it comes to doing the landscaping for this build, because I did use not a bunch of debug landscaping, but I ended up looking around debug for landscaping forever, because I didn't know what I wanted to do with this build. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the like landscaping for this, because the yard isn't very big and it is in a very, like, I guess not metropolitan, but like city type area. It's not in a rural countryside where you can like realistically have a bunch of like lush green landscaping. There's a bunch of concrete around it, basically. That's what I was getting at. So yeah, this lot is literally on a concrete block, so I didn't want to go too overboard with the landscaping and make it look too out of place. And yeah, that's why I went in and I looked around debug for a bunch of landscaping that there's actually in the world around this build. So yeah, I didn't end up doing much landscaping at all, really. I only used like two cacti plant things and a bunch of like, not a bunch of trees, maybe I think I used 2 trees, evergreen trees, just to make it blend in with the environment a little bit. And then I actually used like decorative plants, I guess. I don't know what, yeah, not landscaping plants, but decorative plants in pots. Like this big one that I'm going to be using on the roof, that one, I end up using that as landscaping. So like the decoration plants, I guess. I don't know how you'd explain that. Not landscaping plants, basically. So yeah, I end up doing something with that. So I really like the way that turned out, because there's these really nice concrete slabs, I guess, or like platforms. They kind of look a little bit wow, I can't speak. A little bit like platforms. And they're not super high or anything, but they're really nice if you just use them and then raise something up, like those planters, those decorative planters. If you raise them up by 1 with the 9 key, then it literally looks like they're just sitting on the platforms, and that looks really cool. So yeah, that's what I end up doing. And I'm also using this debug fence that we have on that little, I guess, courtyard, like decorative, not really it's functional because your Sims can sit there, but it doesn't really serve a purpose. But yeah, the little, like the decorative courtyard thing. But yeah, I did cheat. I did cheat and make this neighborhood like super green, and I enacted some of the neighborhood action plans. So I enacted the modern development one, and I believe it's called the eco or the green, something with eco or green, that makes there be like more plants and trees and makes everything a little bit greener. And the modern development one is actually the one that changes the surroundings, so it changes the houses, and I think that's also the one that changes the train station and turns it into a little bit of like a park area. So yeah, I did cheat those because I wanted to see what the world looks like when it's all nice and pretty, and I wanted to build in that. So yeah, it's fun having cheats basically. But yeah, that's basically this whole build. Like I said, it didn't take me super long, and there will be a bigger build up sometime later this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have a video up tomorrow, because I am streaming tomorrow. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow at least. I planned on streaming today, but obviously the whole sleep thing just made that impossible. So yeah, I'm planning on streaming on Twitch tomorrow around, I think 12 p.m. Pacific time, I think is the time that I set. So yeah, like 12 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to be fundraising for Color of Change. Again, we're going to be doing that the whole month of June. So yeah, definitely come and stop by if you want to see some gameplay for Eco Lifestyle. And I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And remember to turn on the notification bell as well, to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, this build is up on the gallery. All of the download information and all of that stuff will be in the description. But I hope you're all having a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!